my dear students. Welcome back. In the last class we studied the types of angles formed by two lines and a transversal. Okay. Then we learned about corresponding angles, alternate angles and interior angles. Now in this practice set we will apply our previous knowledge. Whatever you learned, that we will solve. Whatever we learned, that we will apply in this practice set. So practice set 2.1. In the adjoining figure, each angle is shown by a letter. Fill in the boxes with the help of the figure. Okay. So first they are asking, this is the figure which is given. So these are the angles P, Q, R, S, W, X, Y and Z. They are asking us to write the names of corresponding angles. Now let us see which is the corresponding pair with angle P. First you locate P. Angle P is this way, this way. This is angle P. I told you corresponding angles make an F letter shape. So we want this part, this part. So it should start from here. Which is that part? Start from here. One letter names we are using here. So angle P is this one. So here this is angle P. Its corresponding pair will be just, you will not take the adjacent angle apart from the adjacent angle. The angle just after the adjacent angle. That is, P is here, adjacent you will not take. After that what you have? Angle W. Okay, this is angle W. So we are getting corresponding angle this way. So P, angle P and angle W. This way you will complete all the sums. Okay, you just try it out and then we will discuss. Answer, please check whether I am right. Now we have angle Q. So angle Q, I will take it out. This is angle Q. Its corresponding angle will be this angle. So angle X. Just check once again. Angle Q. If this is angle Q, the adjacent angle you will not take. The angle which is after the adjacent angle. This angle. So this angle is angle X. So Q's pair is angle X. Show the angle symbol. Then angle R. Okay. Angle R. Where is angle R? Angle R is here. So angle R means this angle. So angle R is this way. This is angle R. To come, which is the corresponding angle for angle R? Angle R I wrote. Okay. Angle R is this way. So to complete the corresponding angle, the letter F, we need this part. So which is that part? Y. So how I told you? R is the corresponding angle. You will not take the adjacent angle. After that, okay. So after R, you will not take the next angle, the angle which comes later. So angle Y. Similarly, angle S. Angle S is here. This is angle S. To complete the F, okay, this is angle Z. So its pair is angle Z. This way we completed the corresponding angles. Next they are asking interior alternate angles. Alternate angles make a Z shape. Okay, this way and this way. Let us find out the pair. Angle S. Angle S is this angle. Angle S. Okay, so this angle is angle S. To complete the Z we need this part. So if this is S, the pair will be this part. That is angle X. So simple. Angle X. Same way, angle W. Angle W is here. This is angle W. Okay, this way angle W we got. To complete the Z, we need this part. So that is angle R. Angle W and angle R. So if you remember the shape of the angles, you can easily get the pair. Simple? Okay, so like that we have completed the first sum. Now we will move on to the second question. The second question, they are giving us this figure and asking us to find out interior alternate angles. Very simple, Z-shape angles. So let us see this part. In this part, which are the alternate angles that you see. Okay, alternate angles means Z-shape. No? So if I'll give you the first one, you find out the second one. So if I start from here, so I can see a Z-shape. Highlighted it. So this angle, that is in this shape, a sleeping Z. So here this angle is B. Angle B's pair will be this part. This part is H. Which are the interior alternate angles? Interior alternate angles are angle B and angle H. Similarly, you find out the next pair, which is the next Z that you can make out. Simple. This angle, this one and this one. No? This way goes and this way. So here this angle is angle E and its pair is angle C. This angle is angle C. Again a Z. So next pair is angle E and angle C. Check once again. Okay, correct. Any other alternate angles you see here? Interior alternate angles. Exterior alternate angles we know. One will be in the extreme one corner, that is A. Its exterior alternate angle is G. But they are asking only about interior. Next pair of exterior is F and its totally opposite will be D. Okay, but they are not asking this. So these two are the answer. Interior alternate angles. Now next question. They are asking us to find out the corresponding angles. Remember no, how I told you to find out the corresponding angles? Suppose you are starting with angle A. Then you will not take the neighboring angle. You will not take. You will take the third angle. That is angle A and angle E. Just check out the shape of the angle. Angle A is this way. Angle A. You will not take the next one. Then third one. That is this angle. So it is starting from this point. This is angle E. Got an F letter shape. So angle A and angle E. First pair I wrote. Angle A and angle E. Similarly, now I will take angle B. So angle B's next angle you will not take. You will take the third angle. The angle which is coming third. So angle B and angle F. Angle B and angle F. So I hope all of you might have understood interior or corresponding alternate angles very easily. Now come down, which are the corresponding angles here. If I start with D, D, its neighboring one, we will not take, we will take the third one. So angle D and angle, the third angle is H. If you are taking angle C and the next angle is H, H you will not take the third angle, that is angle G. This clue also, if you remember, you can write corresponding angles easily. Now last they are asking us to find out interior angle. Interior angles make C shape, no? So first C, you can see the angles which are inside these two. So they make this shape, right? So which are the angles? One is B and the other is E. Angle B and angle E. Next pair of interior angle is down. They are coming this way. One is C. The other is H. Angle C and angle H. So simple. So if given the figures, you can easily find out the pair of corresponding alternate and interior angles. Now in these sums, we were discussing about the lines which were intersecting. No? So these two lines were intersecting. In the previous figure also, both the lines were intersecting and we had a transversal. Now we will be talking about parallel lines and transversal. After discussing about any two intersecting lines and transversal, now we will come on to the main topic, that is parallel lines and transversal. So if you have two parallel lines, to begin with, we will start with two parallel lines and we have a transversal. What are the properties of the angles which are formed here? Okay, that we will be discussing through an activity. If you have two parallel lines and then we have the angles here, same 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Any two intersecting lines, suppose I have two intersecting lines and a transversal, again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 angles are formed here, 8 angles are formed here. But what is the difference? These two lines are intersecting lines and these two lines are parallel lines. What are the properties of angles in parallel lines? We will learn that through an activity. Okay, please pay attention. As I told you students, we will do an activity based on properties of parallel lines. So what you can see is, see, I have drawn two parallel lines here. These two are parallel lines, and then I have drawn a transversal. I have marked the angles, 8 angles, as A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Now on another sheet of paper I had drawn the same type of parallel lines. Now I traced the angle on the next page. These two lines, angles I traced, and I cut out angle A and B. Okay, here I gave the name as 1 and 2. Okay, same figure I drew another page and I cut out these two angles. So this angle, which is A, is congruent to angle number 2, and this, see, if the part is coinciding, see, this part is coinciding, no? Just check this cutout, you check, it is coinciding with angle B. That means angle number 1 is congruent to angle B. Now this part is coinciding with angle A. That means angle number 2 is congruent to angle A. So now let us check in this figure which angles are, which angles are congruent to each other. Okay, so let me begin. I will keep this in angle A's place. Okay, angle A's place. This is angle A. Check once again, both the angles are congruent. Angle A and angle number 2. Similarly, now let me check this part fits in which other part. Okay, so if I move this part here, I can see that this part, angle 2, is coinciding with this part. That is, which is this part? Which is that angle hidden here? Angle E. So I can easily make out that it is coinciding. Whereas, if I try to put this angle here onto D side, check once again, am I able to coincide it with D? No. No, this angle is not going in D's place. So it is going out. It is going out. So only angle which is coinciding is, if this is angle A, the part which is coinciding is this part, which is angle E. So I got my first pair, that is angle A congruent to angle E. So I will write it here. Angle A congruent. It is coinciding means it is congruent to angle E. Now similarly, angle A, again I will check for your confirmation, I will check it. Both these angles are congruent. Angle A, same measurement I have taken. So which is the other angle which is same like angle A? Let us check. Let me take it to this side. This we already got. Now I come to the opposite side, the neighboring side. I'll change. I'll keep it this way. Now just check. Same, no? This part is also coinciding. So angle A, this is our angle A. Angle A is again congruent to this part, angle G. Angle A and angle G. Which are these two type of angles? They are exterior alternate angles. So angle A congruent to angle G. Second pair I got. Now again with this angle A, I'll move up. See, this part is also coinciding exactly this angle. Which is the angle which is hidden? Angle C. So again I'll write, I got the next pair, angle A congruent to angle C. If I check it once again, these both angles are vertically opposite angle. One in one direction, other in the opposite direction. Okay. So we have learnt in our previous class that vertically opposite angles are congruent. So we got angle A congruent to angle E. If you look closely, they are corresponding angles, no? These two are corresponding angles. Then angle A congruent to angle G. These two are alternate angles. And third, as you can see, angle A congruent to angle C. These two are vertically opposite angles. So what did we learn from this activity? We learned that if two lines are parallel to each other, then the pair of corresponding angles are congruent. Again, if two lines are parallel to each other, pair of alternate angles are also congruent. Alternate angles are also congruent. Then vertically opposite angles are also congruent. Vertically opposite angles are also congruent. Okay, so this we checked with angle A. Now again similarly, I will take the next angle which I cut out. That is this angle B. This is angle number 1 is angle B. Now let us check angle B is congruent to which other angles. Here it is coinciding nicely. You can see, no? It is coinciding. So angle B is congruent to angle number 1. Now let us see. Let us come down. Yeah, again you can see that it is coinciding perfectly. Which is that angle which is hidden? Which is that angle? Angle F. So angle B is congruent to angle F. We got the next pair. Angle B congruent to angle F. And which type of angles are they? Angle B and angle F are corresponding angles. Again we proved that corresponding angles are congruent. And then go to the next type. This and this we proved. This is our B. Now I'll come to the opposite side. Let me check for the opposite angle. B, no? So I'll keep it this way. How will you keep it? We'll keep it this way. Perfectly coinciding. Okay. This part is perfectly coinciding. So this part and this part. So which is that angle which is hidden? Angle D congruent to angle B. These both are vertically opposite angles. So again I'll mention angle D congruent to angle B, vertically opposite angles. Okay. Understood? Now which are the other pair of angles which is coinciding? Now let me tell you. This is angle. Which angle is hidden here? D. Similarly, the same part, if I keep it this way, again it is coinciding. It is coinciding. So angle D is congruent to angle F. That is alternate angle. Angle D congruent to angle F. Alternate angles. Then if I measure, okay, if I measure the sum of these two angles, which are the angle C and angle F, these two angles are supplementary, or we call it as these two angles are interior angle. If I add the measure of angle C and angle F, I get the sum of these two angles as 180 degree. And interior angles, if you add, you get the sum as 180 degree. Similarly, the other pair of interior angle which makes a C shape, no, inside interior. Angle D and angle E, if I add these two, again I get the answer as 180 degree. So we can infer that interior angles are supplementary. So what are the properties of parallel lines and a transversal? Corresponding angles are congruent. The alternate angles are also congruent, and interior angles are supplementary. Supplementary means they make 180 degree. Sum of the angle, if you add those two, they make 180 degree. They are not congruent. Okay. So what did we learn in today's class? We learnt that for parallel lines, the corresponding angles are congruent. The interior angles are supplementary, and the pair of alternate angles are also congruent. Keep this in mind. Okay. This is the properties of angles formed by two parallel lines and a transversal. Hope you understood today's class. Till we meet for the next time. Thank you, students. Take care.